Let's cha-cha.
The Dancing with the Stars two-night premiere event.
Everyone's a threat.
Competition better watch out. I'm bringing it.
Where action speaks louder than words. The new season of Dancing with the Stars live two-night premiere event next Monday, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Coming up next, a robbery suspect runs laps through a dollar store before making his escape. Police are hoping you recognize him. Next on Action News Tonight.
There's fun, then there's 5 times the fun. It's Mazda's 5 to Drive sales event. Choose any one of these 5 fun-to-drive Mazdas for a low $199 a month lease. That's 5 ways to save big. Get a Mazda 3i Touring or 5-door Sport, MX-5 Miata Sport, Mazda 6i Sedan SVE, or Mazda 5 Sport for a $199 a month lease for 24 months with $21.99 due at lease signing. The award-winning Mazda CX-7 and CX-9 have great offers too. Hurry, this sales event ends March 31st.
Action News, Delaware Valley's leading news program, with Gary Papa, meteorologist Cecily Tynan, and Jim Gardner.
I have acted in a way that violates my obligations to my family. And
the words of New York Governor Eliot Spitzer, who has suddenly gone from crime and corruption fighter to an accused John for a high-priced call girl. Monday night, the big story on Action News Tonight is more information emerging about the prostitution scandal that may destroy the political career of Democrat Eliot Spitzer of New York. When he was New York's Attorney General, he was known as Mr. Clean. But according to a federal affidavit, he is identified now as Client 9. Sources close to the investigation say a federal probe into the call girl service called the Emperor's Club VIP includes a wiretap. That has Spitzer arranging to meet a woman called Kristen in room 871 of the Mayflower Hotel in Washington. The affidavit shows Spitzer paying $4,300, some of it credit for future meetings. Appearing with his wife of 21 years today, Spitzer said this to the media.
I apologize first and most importantly to my family. I apologize to the public, whom I promised better.
Should Spitzer resign, Lieutenant Governor David Patterson would become the first black governor of the state of New York. New York voters are reacting angrily to the news today. Many felt betrayed and called for the governor's immediate resignation.
For a man that ran a campaign on change, he's just fallen into the same old thing.
We've been lied to, and he should get out of office.
Absolutely needs to resign.
Oh my God, what a hypocrite. I mean, that's such a stab to the public's trust in him.
ABC's Nightline will have more on this story right after our broadcast. And you can find more details about the federal investigation that led to Spitzer, plus a slideshow of his career and his entire statement to the media today at our website at 6abc.com. If he had an enemy, I don't know who he was. That's how Earl Redner described his son today, a son who was found dead over the weekend outside his home. 55-year-old Gary Redner was found between his and a neighbor's home in Lower Heidelberg Township in Berks County. He was an executive for Redner's Wholesale Markets, which is based in Reading. We are still waiting for autopsy results. Police are hoping that surveillance video from a Dollar Plus store in North Philadelphia will lead them to a robbery suspect. It happened Friday night at 5:30. The suspect demanded money from a clerk, then jumped on the counter and stole $400 in cash from the register. A scuffle ensued as a store employee tried to tackle the suspect. That employee finally let the suspect flee. If you recognize the man shown making his getaway, you are urged to call Philadelphia police. Some good detective work has led to the arrest of a suspect in a home invasion in Philadelphia. 3 men held the victim prisoner inside his apartment for 10 hours overnight in the 4300 block of Spruce Street. They left with his credit cards and debit card. Detectives tracked the suspects all day as they used the stolen cars. They finally caught up with one of the suspects at a Rite Aid tonight. 2 others are still at large. Republican presidential candidate John McCain told the news conference today that he will release results from today's comprehensive health screenings by April 15th. McCain has also had a number of skin cancer screenings recently. He has had 4 melanomas that have required several surgeries on his face. McCain will head to the Middle East next week with other members of Congress on a previously scheduled trip. He will deliver a big foreign policy speech when he returns. On the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton is making a 2-day foray into Pennsylvania, appearing in Scranton tonight and Philadelphia tomorrow. One of the big stories following her campaign is the apparent trial balloon she has been floating of a Clinton-Obama ticket with her in the #1 spot. Obama, campaigning in Mississippi, seemed to ridicule the idea, asking why he should, he says he's leading by every measure, why should he accept the #2 spot? Obama will be in Bucks County tomorrow. The U.S. military has suffered its worst attack in Iraq in 8 months. 5 soldiers were killed today by a suicide bomber in Baghdad, despite the fact that the capital is so heavily fortified by hundreds of checkpoints. The soldiers were in a shopping district just chatting with store owners when the bomber attacked. 3 more soldiers were injured. As if you haven't noticed, gas prices continue to go higher, and the pressure at the pump is directly tied to the price of oil. There is no mystery there. The cost of crude hit a record $108.21 today before closing at $107.90. That is up $2.75 a barrel. And Action News reporter Dan Quayer is live in Clifton Heights tonight. Dan, it looks like the gas pains are going to get substantially worse before they get better.
Sadly, that's true, Jim. And over the course of the last week, gasoline prices across southeastern Pennsylvania went up 15 cents a gallon. And tonight, from the Pennsylvania Gasoline Retailers Association, there's more bad news to come.
We still are looking at probably higher gasoline prices coming for the next 30 days or so.
The continuing rise in gasoline prices is alarming people at virtually every corner.
It's terrible. For a poor person, I'm a crossing guard, and it's very terrible.
I've used my car a lot less. I take a lot more public transportation now than I used to.
Indeed, SEPTA reports its regional rail ridership has increased 16% in the midst of escalating gas prices. Amtrak also reports its ridership up as well, 13% in the Northeast Corridor between Boston and Washington, and 12% nationwide since October.
Try to drive as little as I possibly can, but I got to drive to and from school.
Truckers have also been hit hard, with the price of diesel going up today to $4.03 a gallon, according to AAA, a new all-time record.